Ever feel like you've hit a wall at the gym? Putting in the work, eating right, but those gains are just trickling in, not flooding in. Like, what's the secret sauce?
It's a common frustration for sure. Everyone's looking for that extra edge in the fitness game. And while sometimes that leads people down the rabbit hole of so-called legal steroids or SARMs.
Right. And that's exactly where Brutal Force steps in. This company is making waves, claiming to offer hardcore results, but without the typical steroid risks. All natural, they say, totally legal.
Yeah, they're really hitting that sweet spot, huh? Tapping into the desire for fast results while calming the fears around traditional performance enhancers. Clever.
And to seal the deal, they've got Marius, a pro bodybuilder,
Yeah.
as their poster boy. Claims he uses their stuff, swears by it, you know, gotta appeal to the aspirations out there.
Oh yeah, the celebrity endorsement, classic move. Adds that touch of credibility, right? If it's good enough for a pro, maybe it's good enough for me. But savvy folks like us, we know endorsements aren't the same as hard science.
Totally. So let's break down what Brutal Force is actually offering. Their website, it's a maze of product categories. Bulking, cutting, SARMs, even legal steroids. Feels like they're trying to cover all the bases.
Smart strategy, though. Cast a wide net, attract the whole spectrum of fitness goals. It's like they've mirrored the typical bodybuilder cycle. Bulk up, then cut down.
And the product names, there's something else. We're talking DBLK, ABLK, SBLK for bulking, then CCK, ACK, WinCut for cutting. Ring any bells?
Oh, they're definitely playing with familiar sounds there. DBLK, Dianabol, ACUT, Anavar. They're tapping into the name recognition of these hardcore substances.
It's like they're implying, hey, this is like that powerful steroid you've heard of, but legal and safe. Subtle, but effective.
Right. Riding the coattails of those names, but without explicitly saying they contain those substances.
Mhm.
Marketing 101, but it raises an eyebrow for sure.
And of course, they're hammering home that 100% legal, no harmful ingredients angle, plastered everywhere on the site, targeting those who are wary of the traditional route.
Oh yeah, they're speaking directly to that audience. Want the results, but not the risk. It's a powerful message.
It's almost like they're positioning themselves as the safe alternative, responsible even.
But here's the kicker. For all their promises, their website is strangely silent on one thing. Scientific evidence. No studies, no trials, nothing.
Yeah, that's what tripped me up too. If this stuff is so revolutionary, why not shout it from the rooftops? Back it up with some cold, hard data. Makes you wonder.
Raises some big questions for sure. What's really in these products? How do they actually work? And are they truly as safe and effective as they claim?
Million-dollar questions. And that's exactly where we're headed in part 2 of this deep dive. We'll be dissecting those marketing tactics, analyzing those curious product names, and trying to get to the bottom of what Brutal Force is really all about. Stay with us.
Back again for more on Brutal Force. Last time, we talked about how they promised this legal path to, fast track your fitness goals. But those missing studies, that's a red flag, right?
Yeah, it's like take our word for it, but where's the proof? So let's dig into those product categories. We got bulking, cutting, SARMs, and even a category straight up called legal steroids. What's the deal with that?
It's almost like they've made this mirror image of the steroid world, but claiming to be totally above board. Let's tackle bulking first. We see names like DBUK, ABUK, TBULK, the whole gang's here.
And didn't we touch on this before? Those names sound suspiciously close to like actual anabolic steroids. DBULK, Dianabol, anyone. That's a serious mass builder with some serious potential side effects.
Exactly, and that's where their marketing gets a little fuzzy, capitalizing on those recognizable names, hoping folks make the connections like, hey, it's not Dianabol, but it's like the legal safe version, kind of.
But without the research, who knows? It's all just smoke and mirrors, right? Judging a book by its cover, which we know can be totally misleading.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the same story with their cutting stuff. They've got CCT, ATT, WinCut, sounds familiar, right? Clenbuterol, Anavar, those are big in the cutting world.
Smart, though, right? They're reeling in those who know the real deal, but are maybe hesitant to cross that line. But again, do they actually work? That's the question.
And the lack of transparency just makes it even more suspicious. No ingredient lists, so we can't even begin to guess at how effective or safe these things might be.
It's like, what are they hiding? If it was truly groundbreaking and safe, wouldn't they be shouting it from the rooftops?
Right. Transparency is key, especially when you're talking about stuff that messes with your body's chemistry.
Now let's get into SARMs. This is where it gets interesting because SARMs are like this whole new class of compounds that are getting really popular.
The thing about SARMs, they're designed to like mimic testosterone, but supposedly without all the nasty side effects. They're supposed to be more targeted, hitting only certain tissues like muscle, which is why people think they're great for building muscle and torching fat.
So like a more precise version of steroids.
That's the idea. But there's not a lot of research yet, and we're not really sure about the long-term effects.
Which is scary, considering Brutal Force isn't telling us which specific SARMs they're even using. We're basically in the dark about what we'd be putting into our bodies.
Yeah, that's a big gamble. SARMs can still have strong effects, and the potential downsides, they're not to be taken lightly.
It's like playing Russian roulette with your health, all for the sake of some quick gains. Not worth it.
And then we have their fourth category, legal steroids. I mean, isn't that their whole brand already?
Oh, right. It's overkill. But looking closer, it's like they're greatest hits from the other categories. All the ones that sound most like, the OG anabolics.
It's like their Hall of Fame of legal steroids, handpicked to appeal to those who want the most potent sounding stuff. But it all circles back, no transparency, no evidence.
They're playing a smart game, for sure. Appealing to that desire for quick results, using names that get people excited. But without the data, it's all just, hype.
Totally. And that's what we need to be aware of. Can't let the flashy marketing and catchy names cloud our judgment.
So far, we're seeing a clear target audience here. People looking for that shortcut to fitness success. Those who might be tempted by steroids, but want a safer option.
And Brutal Force is definitely speaking their language. But coming up in part 3, we're going to break down those marketing tactics even further. Those crazy sales, those glowing reviews. How are they really selling this legal shortcut dream?
All right, final round. Let's wrap up our Brutal Force investigation.
Yeah.
We've seen the product lineup, decoded those sneaky names. Now let's put those marketing tactics under the microscope.
Yeah, time to peel back the final layer of this onion. See what's at the heart of Brutal Force. And they're good, I'll give them that. They know how to tap into that desire for like instant results, that shortcut to a killer physique.
No doubt, those big promises, all natural, legal, massive gains, fat just melting away, it all hits those sweet spots, right?
They're playing on those deep-seated dreams we have, transform our bodies, get that cover model look. It's a powerful motivator.
And their marketing is dialed in. First up, those aggressive sales. 3 for 2 deals, countdowns ticking away, gotta buy NOW or miss out. Classic.
Oh yeah, the urgency, the scarcity, all textbook stuff creates that fear. Like, oh man, if I don't jump on this, I'm missing out on something huge. Makes you act impulsively.
And then, bam, you're hit with those glowing customer testimonials everywhere. Before and after pics, amazing transformations, everyone raving about Brutal Force.
Testimonials, man, they're powerful. Social proof, if it worked for them, it can work for me, right?
It's convincing stuff. Like, look at all these happy people. They got results. You can too. But remember, it's just stories, not hard science.
Exactly. We don't know the full picture. Did they change their diet, their workout? Were these the best of the best results? Cherry-picked? Who knows?
Impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Got to take those testimonials with a grain of salt,
Now, one thing that caught my eye, that money-back guarantee. They say if you don't see results in 100 days, money back. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, like no risk, give it a shot. But digging deeper, there's fine print, conditions, even a fee involved.
Yeah, those terms and conditions, they're often there to make it harder to actually get your money back. See that stuff careful, don't just skim over it.
So we've got aggressive sales, convincing testimonials, a money-back guarantee that might not be so simple, but it all circles back. Where's the scientific truth?
Without that, those claims about crazy gains, fat loss, superhuman performance, it just feels like, marketing fluff, not fact.
Like building a house on sand.
Yeah.
Might look impressive from the outside, but can it really stand up to scrutiny?
So what's the takeaway for our listeners? Be smart out there, especially with fitness supplements. Don't just fall for the hype and the promises.
Absolutely. Don't let those flashy tactics and fancy names fool you. Do your homework, find reliable sources, talk to your doctor, get real information.
Real progress takes time, effort, and a plan you can stick with. There's no magic pill, no shortcuts.
And if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Brutal force, tempting, sure, but you got to weigh those risks and benefits. Make smart choices for your health and fitness.
We just scratched the surface here, but hopefully this deep dive has given you some tools to navigate this whole legal steroid thing. Make choices that match your goals and what you believe in.
And if you're hungry for more info, we've got a link below to some great resources. Go check it out.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, your health is priceless. Take care of it.